So this is an RnB and Neo Soul lesson for beginners. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you might have seen already other RnB and Neo Soul videos of different levels, but today I would like to take it easy and really show all the things you need to learn in order to play this RnB and Neo Soul style. Before we get started with the lesson, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you ring the bell, you won't miss any other video like this one. I really appreciate it, and now let's get started. So the very first thing to know is the 7th chords that you find in any major and minor key. For the sake of today's lesson, to keep things as simple as possible for beginners, we're going to stick to the key of C major, which means that the first chord that you need is a C major 7. That's the first degree, where you can do all of the embellishment, okay, with your little finger. Then you move to your D minor 7, 2nd degree, and again, even here, lots of embellishments that you can play even here. Then you move to your 3rd degree, which is E minor 7. You can play even here many embellishments, but you can't play this hammer-on with the 2nd finger. Keep this in mind, that's quite important on the 3rd degree of a major key, because this note that you play, the 9th of the chord, would be the major 9th of the chord, would be out of key. So this doesn't sound good, just make sure you do this. Okay? And then the 4th degree is an F major 7, which again you can play with the same embellishments as before, or you can play a 9th chord maybe, and get another embellishment with a little finger on the G string. I really love this, so you might have seen me playing this already in other videos. Then for the 5th degree, rather than going to a classic G7, I'd suggest to see a G9 sus4. Which is this chord here, super cool to play, which might also lead you into an alteration like a G7 flat 9 like this one, which is super cool. For the 6th degree, we're gonna play an A minor 7, which you can play, you know, as an extended chord, so as an A minor 11, like the one that I was playing in the intro, or maybe an A minor 9. Okay, the A minor 9 is basically this A minor 7, or this, which you can extend with the 9th here. And because you do so, you might focus, and this is very RnB, very Neo Soul, on the bottom 4 strings and play this hammer-on. Then from here we can introduce the first embellishment that you need to know to play RnB and Neo Soul, which is this. And when we do this, we are basically looking at the minor 9th again with a hammer-on, but then from here, together with playing this note, I play all of the other notes of the minor pentatonic. So in this case, the A minor pentatonic, like this. And the way I do it is, you know, all with hammer-ons and pull-offs, or maybe even just doing pull-offs, that sounds good as well. Okay, and it's really good. You can play it on this chord, and you can also play it on the 2nd degree. So you can play it on this D minor 7, for instance, doing something like sliding to the minor 9th position, then from here, okay, doing exactly the same thing. Just keep in mind, again, you can't do it here on the E minor 7. You can't do it on the 3rd degree. Now keep moving with the chords. The last chord that we need, guys, is the 7th degree, which, yeah, you sometimes find as a B minor 7 flat 5, which would be the 7th degree in C major, but more likely you find a B diminished 7th. And the reason for it is because when you play your G9 sus4 and then you move it into a G7 flat 9 like we did before, which sounds super cool, you can actually look at this chord without the root, so without the G, and you'll get a B diminished 7, which might give you like a 2, D minor 7, G9 sus4, G7, flat 9, B diminished 7, and then C major again. Again, super Neo Soul, just introducing this B diminished 7th. Now, diminished 7th chords are very popular in this style. I have an entire video talking about them, which I will link in the description below. And once you're familiar with this as a substitution basically of a dominant 7 chord, flat 9, you can introduce it almost like a secondary diminished 7th chord before any other chord. So for instance, if from the 1st degree C major, you want to go to D minor 2nd degree, you can pass through a diminished 7, C sharp, which is the 3rd, so it's built on the 3rd of an A 7 flat 9, right, like this, you can replace this secondary dominant with this chord and get here. So basically you can play something like very simple, major 7, then diminished 7th, minor 7th, then you can continue. Diminished 7th, minor 7th, and so on, right guys? You can introduce these diminished 7th chords as passing chords between the other chords that we saw today. Now guys, if you feel unsure about the positions that I'm playing and you'd like to go deeper with them, I got a couple of videos. One is on all of the must-know 7th chords to play on guitar, but another one is specific to Neo Soul and R&B. You might want to check them out after this video. Now sometimes some other chords are not really in the key that you are playing, so they're not in the key of C major. They are often either modal interchanges, which means borrowing chords from parallel scales, or there might be secondary dominants or 2-5 which lead you to the chord that you want to go to. So for instance, if I want to play C major 7 and then this D minor 7, I could reach the D minor 7 through a 2-5 of D minor. The 2-5 would be E minor 7 flat 5, A7, okay, maybe if you want even C sharp diminished 7th for what we said before, and then D minor. So instead of just playing this, you could actually play this, or now another topic that you should learn is triads, and the ones that I would suggest to start from are the F major and G major triad, the 4th and the 5th degree, and the C major triad. Now the F major could be played here, okay, and the G here. You can connect them with the usual embellishments with your little finger, like, or you know, all this sort of stuff, and then go to C major for instance, or play an inversion of a C major, like when you play. So let's assume that we're playing something like, you know, this is just a chromatic movement to get to C major, but it's a C over E really, it's a first inversion. You see how sometimes it's so nice to mix up a triad like C major with hammer-on slides, and then to that little game on the D minor 7 seen as a minor 9 here, which is also, by the way, an F major 7. So this is also an F major 7, D minor 9 or F major 7. It's up to you how you want to use it. Every time you play either a D minor 7 or an F major 7, you can play this thingy here, which is very Neo Soul. Right, that's all for this quick lesson, guys. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it and if you'd like to see more of these R&B and Neo Soul lessons on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you ring the bell, you make sure that you won't miss any other content like this one. So get in touch in the comments, guys, or on Instagram. The Bearded Guitarist here. Thanks for watching.